Good night, good night, good night. Oops, I still got turned upside down. Disclaimer. The videos presented here are for informational purposes only, and therefore, if you are to choose to attend the institution, please do your own research and consult with a specialist at the institution you are interested in. I am not a financial aid specialist, academic advisor, or representing any institution. Speaking on behalf of Creator Henry is only speaking from his experience. Yes, yes, yes. Give me a few seconds, guys. Setting up a little bit. All right. So we're going to talk about Emory. That's that right? Emory? It sounds like Henry, but Emory. Emory. So Emory, we called it free college at Emory. Families making under 200K qualify. So, where do we start? All right. So I came across this post. Well, first, this post got this news was, how can I put it? This news was sent to me, actually. Somebody texted to me. Can't wait to get that bigger. Some news like that. So, students whose families earn $200,000 or less will attend. Yeah, students whose families earn $200,000 or less will attend. They said will. $200,000 or less will attend Emory University tuition free starting in fall 2026. They said this transformative scholarship, Emory Advantage Plus, represents a significant expansion of the university's financial aid program and continues Emory's long-standing commitment to support talented students by making a I'm assuming that's pre-limited education more attainable. I love how they use these words. Guys, I've been learning all kinds of new words lately. My brain has been tired from school, like reading in school, learning these words. I've been learning about guilds, which is GUILD. And so today is the 18th. You can give me for yesterday. So it seems like preeminent.
Preeminent.
Yeah, preeminent. Greatest, leading, foremost. So I like to substitute. So support talented students by making a preeminent or greater education more attainable. Now they do have the details. I'm gonna go to the details, but here in the post, I wish you guys could see it, which coming soon. Very excited because I know I'm consistent. I might miss a day with school because school, like I said, working the brain, man. It's working the brain, the cranium a lot. It is. Like after this, I got to keep reading. It says right here that it covers full undergraduate tuition for families earning $200,000 or less. Cool. They said this will apply to new and returning students who are eligible for need-based aid. Will be considered for the program. So if you are returning and if you are new, if you are returning for fall 2026 at Emory, your tuition, if you qualify, could be free. And then they said over the next 4 years, Emory's undergraduate financial aid commitment will exceed $1 billion. See, what I like about Emory in its take right now, that $1 billion could have went anywhere else. That 1 billion could have been Emory trying to. I don't know. Emory has a sports team. I'm assuming they don't. I never heard of them having a sports team. They could have tried to shoot for a sports team or something, right? Emory said no. We are shooting for. Let's help more students come to school for the ones who can qualify. Then it says right here, open to domestic undergraduate students enrolled in Emory College of Arts and Sciences. What is a domestic undergraduate student? Some may wonder, what is that? Because I'm just skipping over it. When I hear domestic, I'm assuming that's like here in the United States with everything going on, because it's very specific, domestic. So domestic, putting some context into everything that's going on in higher education right now. I'm just putting context on it. So domestic student. A domestic student is an individual studying within their own country of citizenship or permanent residence. So yes, exactly what I thought. Put some context on it. And so, open to domestic undergraduate students enrolled in Emory College of Arts and Sciences, and then the Oxford. I say Oxford. I got corrected on that by one of my colleagues, but I think we just pronounce it different. I put a lot of emphasis on the Oxford, not the shoes. Google.
Oxford.
I'm saying Ford, Oxford, but it's Oxford. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about that because Oxford. And then Oxford College, which is part of Emory. That's the name of their college. And then they got BBA and undergraduate nursing programs also. So that's interesting. Is it more detail? You know it's more detail on the school website. Real quick though, before we transition to the school, more detail on the school website. Y'all know me. I'm trying to see if y'all can see me. I feel like it's bothering y'all a little bit. Okay. So, what does this mean for 2-year colleges? You know I got to say this, guys. You know I got to say this. Well, Henry, if that starts a trend where people gonna offer or allocate $1 billion for students to go to school, then blah blah blah. I don't need to go to a 2-year. I don't need to go to a 2-year if they're gonna do that. Let's be clear. They planned it. It wasn't just something that fell up out of the sky. They planned it. And they have a certain number of students who will get admitted to this. I'm not saying they know which ones will be admitted, like and subscribe. I'm not saying they know which ones they're going to admit, but they know the number they can admit. Key thing they said, they're saying this is going to exceed $1 billion. So if this is going to exceed $1 billion, they have a number of students that could qualify for this $200,000 or less. And they said this covers full undergraduate tuition for families earning less than $200,000. Keep in mind, students, that this is not guaranteed for you. Anytime somebody's going to give you potentially 4 years of free schooling, let's keep in mind, let's put some context on things. I haven't forgot about the 2-year. Nothing is guaranteed in this economy or this administration or anything right now. You might only could get 1 year out of this. You might could get 2 years out of this. And so it's important to remember that even though they are paying for your education along those years, that you have in mind that if this school does something on me where I have to end up paying, what is my backup school? Right? Like, let's say you get 1 year in, your freshman year completed, going into your sophomore year, and then they say you have to pay, or you just don't qualify for this program no more. You should look at a 2-year. If you know you don't have the money for the upcoming fall 2027, you should think about, okay, where can I go and finish up my credits? Because that's where the 2 year always comes in right there. Now, my goal is for you to always start at a 2 year and then bridge to a 4 year. But in this case, if it's free all 4 years, why not? Now, keep in mind, anything that comes with free money and they're saying like, hey, 100% tuition free nowadays, you're most likely gonna have to keep your GPA up. I haven't looked at the details, but your GPA is gonna have to be probably really good to stay in this program. You're going to have to meet probably a few obligations. Like they might get you where you say, look, in order to get this, you have to stay on campus. You cannot stay off campus. Or they really signal and said tuition free. Meal plans and room and board, I'm assuming. I'm not being factual right now in this part. I'm assuming not tuition, room and board and meal plans are not included. It is not included. So if it's not included, you should definitely be like, okay, I need to figure out where I'm gonna stay. Cause Emory on campus, if they got, I'm pretty sure they got dorms and meal plans. It's going to be what they do for sure. Got dorm meal plans and stuff, but dorms probably so. It's all gonna be expensive. So if you really want to get a free education and not have to pay for a room and board, you should snag a part-time job. Your schooling is paid for. You should just snag a part-time job. This is gonna pay for your rent. This is gonna pay for your meals. And then if you want a car, this can help you get a car. This is a really good jump start. This is not negative at all, but you have to be cautious or take some caution because it's not completely just like, oh, I'm going to school free. It's not like high school, middle school. There's always obligations behind it. So I'm going to go on. Where is it? I just had it up. We need to go to their website. Where is it? Emory University. Let's see. Yep, right here. Don't you love it? You just know they posted on their website because when you follow higher education, you just know it got to go on the website first, or because they're the ones who's releasing this news, unless they told other people first and then drop the news. So right here, it's in yellow on their website. I think is she talking about it? Let's see if the president. This is the president. I think it's the president. Let's see. Is she talking about it?
Hello, I am Leah Warren Sears, and I want to take a moment of your time to share some very good news. When the board first approached me a few months ago about becoming interim president, I told them I was flattered, but I wasn't interested in being a caretaker for the institution. If I'm going to take the job, I want to make a significant difference. To that end, in the weeks leading up to my start, I've led an internal review about what we can do to make Emory more affordable for more students. Today, I'm excited to announce a major expansion of the Emory Advantage Financial Aid Program. Effective next school year, undergraduate students with family incomes below $200,000 will pay zero in tuition to attend Emory University. All incoming and returning students whose family incomes are below this threshold will be eligible for this benefit. Let me just put this in perspective. Currently, about 3,100 undergraduates are receiving grants and scholarships under Emory Advantage. Of those currently benefiting from Emory Advantage, 60% have scholarships that are equal to or higher than the cost of tuition. Under the Emory Advantage Plus program, this number will grow to 80%. Looking at the next 4 years, Emory's undergraduate financial aid commitment will exceed $1 billion. For the students benefiting from this program, Emory will now have one of the 5 most generous financial assistance programs in the nation. And of course, this is only possible because of the continuing generosity of our donors. We understand that parents and students have to make hard decisions about college based on dollars and cents. They worry if they can afford the school of their choice. They wonder if they should only consider lower cost institutions. With this step forward, we will make it easier for more students and parents to choose Emory. Emory Advantage Plus is more than just an expansion of a financial aid plan. It's an expansion of opportunity, of dreams, and what's possible at Emory. Together, we are opening doors wider than ever before so that brilliant, deserving students can call Emory and Georgia their home. The future has never looked brighter, and this is only just the beginning.
Bars. Bars. What you know about that? Hey, that T.I. Check that out. Check that out. All right. So that was President. I don't know her name at all. I just clicked on the video. That was a plus. That was a banger. That just gave me future ideas, by the way. I'm about to look her up though. President of Emory University. She said, I didn't want to be a college president unless I was going to make a significant change. Rightfully so. Because she know, at the end of the day, it sounds like she know. Hey, look, becoming, let me see, I typed it all wrong. Becoming president at the end of the day, you need to make a difference. He is not the Emory president. Oh, she's intern president. She's intern president, so that guy just left. I'm about to say that's not him or her. So her name is, what's her name? Leah Ward Sears. She is the intern president at Emory University. And I'm gonna read her quote. She says, I quote, in the course of my lifetime, Emory and Atlanta have been at the forefront of an enormous social, economic, cultural, and scientific advances. Working together, I have every confidence that greater achievements lie ahead. Dope. So some things in there that she took away that I wrote down was that she's mentioned Emory Advantage, which is I seen that on the website of LinkedIn as well. And then I think she mentioned Emory Advantage Plus, which we can come back to and find out the details on that if you are about to become a potential student or a potential student. Hopefully we can get some Emory students off of this or attract some Emory students that let us know about Emory. And so she did say donors contributed to this, with donors providing money. This is something I always talk about, that donors play a big role in contributing to students potentially can save money in school or get debt-free education. When she said the donors contributed to this, that just shows you that other schools can do this as well. I'm not saying every school is going to have the money Emory has, but I'm saying that most majority schools can replicate this. Emory, I don't know how many students they're going to take off of this. We don't know if this is going to be successful. We don't know if this is going to be consistent, per se. It might, like I said, with everything going on right now in this current administration, for them to even make this move right now in this current administration, economy, everything going on, it's a bold move, I feel like. And then they know, like she said, it's only the beginning, that they can do this more often. She didn't say that, but this is only the beginning. I'm feeling speculative that she is saying that they can do this more in the future. Why? Because they're doing it now, and one of the worst times I feel like to do it, they're doing it now. And then she mentioned low cost colleges, I guess, creeping in, taking students away. Guys, a lot of students, like a lot of 2 years, at least being here in Georgia, a lot of 2 years are making strides. A lot of 2 years are really enrolling students. The students today are really choosing 2 years and like, yo, do I need to transfer? It's like it's getting better and better. Like, do I need to transfer? Because I just want to make sure. And so in my role as an academic advisor, I feel like I feel like I could do more on these live streams, of course, right? Like telling students about transient student, telling students about transient student, telling the students about articulation agreements, why you should start a 2-year college, and then bridge to a 4-year. So that is very helpful in itself on a wider scale. But at least in my day-to-day regular job, I can help students with those little words that can make a big difference on their college journey, right? So low cost college. So I want to play that back because I wanted to stop it while she was talking, but I don't want to get in that habit. And then y'all be like, you just paused the video while she was talking.
Hello, possible because of the continuing generosity of our donors.
I think she's.
We understand that parents and students have to make hard decisions about college based on dollars and cents. They worry if they can afford the school of their choice. They wonder if they should only consider lower cost institutions.
Right there, she said, when they're sitting down at the table, the kitchen table, they worry about cost, right? And she said that they worry. This is kind of like I want to say not reverse psychology. That's the easiest one to use, but it really is like reverse psychology. She's saying like, look, we don't want families to only have to resort to low cost institutions. What are you trying to say about low cost institutions? Because that is a without marketing way to say like, look, come to our school. It's a way of begging without begging, which is why she's the president of the college, or interim president, because she knows how to move those words and get that money, right? So she don't want parents and students potentially going to lower cost colleges and then coming to their school. Because at the end of the day, schools are not going to turn away students. Colleges can't just turn away all students who transfer. It doesn't look good. But when you have a majority of people going and starting at 2 years, then going to like schools like Emory, because Emory is pretty expensive. Going to schools like Emory, going to schools like, what's some other expensive schools, guys? Help me out. Some big schools, the schools we talk about. University of Michigan, if you're in Michigan. University of, what's that other school? Bowdoin, NYU. Those are really expensive, but these schools are expensive. So she's like, students are like, look, I don't need to go to a big school to get an education, like we talk about. But she said, I don't want y'all considering low cost schools all the time. Y'all can come here. We got a package for you. How long will it last? I don't know. Once again. But I'm on their website and it says meeting 100% of demonstrated need. Emory meets 100% of demonstrated financial need for the first degree domestic students. And starting in fall 2026, eligible families earning $200,000 or less won't pay tuition. Emory could have probably got me in this time, because I know they could have got me. I was not a 200 or 200,000 or more household. But this wasn't no thing when I was coming out of high school. This is a very good opportunity if you are considering, if you are in the Atlanta area. As they said, domestic students, they said 100% of first degree domestic students with demonstrated financial need have no loans in their financial package. So, and then it got like a financial aid title right here. Because I wish we gonna get it. You will get it. You guys, you will get this upgrade. Watch. Upgrade. And so it says average grant slash scholarships awarded is about 62,000. I'm rounding it, but 62,000 to make it easier. And it says right here, 52% of our undergraduate students at Emory receive some form of financial assistance. So what they're saying is that students that are getting that financial assistance, they can chop that 52% of students who get some financial assistance. They can chop that potentially, and then put them in a disadvantage. I think it's gonna be under their Advantage Plus. I don't know yet. I gotta figure that out real quick. And then they can reallocate some of these other scholarships that people might need, just partial scholarships or financial aid assistance. They can reallocate it, and like it could be better for their school, their institution, to save money potentially, depending on how they allocate it. So this is on their website. I'm about to see. I do want to learn more about this. We know that. Let me zoom out. So right here, launching in fall 2026 again, Emory Advantage Plus. So they are calling it Advantage, Emory Advantage Plus. Emory Advantage Plus is a major expansion of the university's long-standing commitment to making a preeminent education more attainable for talented students. And I believe that was on the LinkedIn post when we said it. But it is called the Emory Advantage Plus. Are they going to explain what the Emory Advantage Plus is? I kind of want to know what it is. Bam, right there. On their school website. Guys, everything you need or want is on the school website. Save yourself some time. Do yourself a favor. And remember that everything is on the school website. Everything is on the school website to help you out. Everything. Because somebody in that school might not give you the information you need, and you might feel like it's a barrier. So right here it says Emory Advantage. Emory University is committed to making education accessible to all qualified students through the Emory Advantage Grant Program. Emory Advantage Grant Program. Eligible students with a demonstrated financial need will be offered institutional grants in their financial aid packages instead of need-based loans. All first degree undergraduate students enrolled in Emory College of Arts and Science, Oxford College, I do not know how to pronounce that name, but their business school, and in the School of Nursing, who apply for need-based financial aid will be considered for this program. Your eligibility will be determined once you have completed the financial aid, pretty much your FAFSA, and CSS profile. There is no separate application for Emory Advantage. Emory Advantage, the Emory Advantage grant will appear on your financial aid package. So guys, when it pops up on your financial aid package, Emory Advantage recipients may also be offered federal work study based on eligibility. Ooh. Some of y'all, I know some of y'all coming into college don't know what that probably mean. But check this out. You can get this free tuition. And I think one of our people did that before who be on the live screen. My main person, G. I think he did something like that. You can get this free tuition, 100% potentially, and be eligible for federal work study. So then you're going to have a job. Now, the difference between federal work study, guys, and getting a job, let's just say at a store, right? Publix or Walmart or something, right? Or working at McDonald's, nothing wrong with that. But when you get this federal work study job, you get guaranteed hours. Those are going to be guaranteed hours. Ain't no maybe put me on the shift. That was going to be guaranteed hours. I was a federal work study. That's where I got my start at. And then, of course, I fell in love with higher education. It was an office. I was inside. It was chill. One of the reasons why I wanted to work in a college. And I get to dress nice. And so then I started learning that there was a need for higher education, like students knowing this. So less about me, more about you right now. You can be 100% free tuition, and be eligible for federal work study. Man, you're going to be making bank. But you do need to see if they're giving you all this free tuition, guys. Do you still get your Pell Grants, your Pell Grant money and things of that nature? Like, does that still qualify you for, like, for my people out there? They said less than 200,000. So if you are less than 200,000, you are most likely, highly likely, to get like a refund, which is one of my most popular videos on my channel, which is your refund check. So if you still can get that on top of working potentially at the school and getting free tuition, staying off campus, you might have to get a better job, part-time job, depending on how much they paying federal work studies. You in your bag. Get some roommates. Boy, it's sore from the gym. Get some roommates. Man, that's tough right there, Emory. Hey, I would get some details from my financial aid. I would get some details. Parents, students, families, guardians. You need to get some details. Like and subscribe. You need to see. You need to get some details. You need to call Emory or call their financial aid and ask them about this. Get some details. I bet their phone's ringing off the hook when they drop this bombshell. So if you are a returning student, we require you to update your FAFSA. So you need to update your FAFSA. You need to update it. I'm not a financial aid specialist, but they're saying it right here on the public website. If you are returning to Emory or returning student, you always have to do this anyway, renew it every year. But you need to update your FAFSA. And they say you need to They say you need to update your FAFSA so we can evaluate your eligibility for Emory Advantage. Emory Advantage grants are generally offered to full-time students only. That's the catch. So guys, you will probably have to be full-time. No being like taking 9 credit hours or taking 6 credit hours. Every semester you need 12 credit hours. So you want to be relentless through your whole 4 years of school. So relentless. And so that means, but guys, in the summertime, you can still use it if you want to, if it's offered in the summer. If not, this is why we say put your chickens aside if you're trying to, which is your money, put your money aside. Because if you're still trying to, how can I put it? If you're still trying to take summer classes and graduate, a little faster, just take summer classes. If you was like me, I didn't take vacations in college. I still haven't took a vacation. I was doing summer classes. I was doing summer classes. I was like, man, summer go by so fast. And only really places I'm really willing to go is like to Florida or something, like skipping a hop. I'd rather just take classes, and then most likely my classes were going to be online in the summer because instructors are like, I'm traveling with family. I ain't trying to be in no classroom with y'all. Let's do this online. And so, and I actually made a video on that. Professors are more like, I don't know, I guess they appreciate more that you're taking summer classes and grinding. And so it says right here that the Emory Advantage grants are generally offered to full-time students only. However, final semester seniors who are permitted to underload are eligible to receive, I don't know how to pronounce that right there. Prorated grants. Prorated grants. That's prorated. I thought it was another word. Prorated grants. What does that mean? Ask their financial aid, because I don't even know right now. And I don't have my financial aid person on here yet. Definitely they're gonna be dropping in, giving us some gems, man. I can't wait for that part. So that is the Emory Advantage. I ain't gonna lie, this seems like a pretty good deal, but I just want to know. I would ask them because they didn't specify it, they didn't indicate it. So as I keep going, I have to go over time just a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. All new and returning domestic undergraduate students who meet the income requirements and are eligible for need-based aid will be considered for Emory Advantage Plus next fall. Emory will also continue to meet 100% of demonstrated need for all domestic undergraduate students. Cool. And then I believe she already said that. Did she say that? Did she say that? Did she say that in a video? Okay, I'm going to read this. Per president, I think this is the president right here saying this. Offering free tuition to every student whose family income is less than $200,000 or less is about leadership, says intern president Leah Ward Sears. We grant great students. We want great students to come here without regard to the cost. Because like I said, guys, I actually need to play that for you all, but I'm saving that video by a company called Palantir. But they have like a Palantir University. They have really brilliant students who actually started at 2-year colleges and felt like 2-year colleges were better than universities. Very interesting. Brilliant students. And so this is why she's saying, like, look, we want great students to come here regard of the cost. And we would do everything in our power to give them a great education without the burden of crushing debt. Guys, I'm telling you, these educators in higher education, but if they got to figure out things, because look, we don't care. You feel me? I'm going where I'm going to get paid to go to school. In this situation, looks like money on the table. I got to go and do what I need to do in school and handle my business as a full-time college student. If you are complaining about, because I've been hearing some people complain about NILs. If you are complaining about NILs and how athletes are getting paid in college, this is your version of getting paid in college. If you stay with us and subscribe to us and listen to us and you get some potential money, this is the chance for you to be pointed in the right directions. You should get a financial aid advisor. You should put go ahead and type up. You need to go and ask ChatGPT, get some interview questions for that financial advisor. You need to take your parents with you to meet this financial aid advisor. You take your parents with you everywhere else. Take your parents into this financial advisor meeting. When you meet a financial advisor, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. When you meet a financial advisor, you should be meeting them based on personality and education. What that means is when you ask them a question, they're giving you the resources to go look up this information. That is what people in the financial world do. If you want to accumulate wealth, they're going to give you the information, but you have to go learn it and research it. That's how it go. That's how it goes in school. We give you the information. It's up to you to what? Expand on it, like I'm doing now. You see? So turning our education into what? Profit. Like they say Aristotle, but I need to learn more. But they say Aristotle used to charge every time he used to teach. And so right here, as we keep going, and the Christian debt. Yep, she did say that with the table. So going back in history a little bit, man, I could do this all five. I do this for so many hours, but gotta do schoolwork. So it says right here, the original Emory Advantage program started in 2007 to serve students from families with lower incomes. I didn't even know that. So this was the original Emory Advantage program, been here since 2007. I just didn't know about it. Now imagine if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have taken the 2-year route. Crazy how life worked, right? I wouldn't have taken the 2-year route in Bristol University, or probably went to graduate school for higher education if I'd have known about things like this. Crazy how life worked, right? And so I wouldn't be here talking to you all. So the original Emory Advantage program started in 2007 to serve students from families with lower incomes. Emory expanded the program in fall 2022 by eliminating need-based loans as part of undergraduate students' financial aid packages. Like I said, guys, that's part of the PLA, the preferred lender arrangement. Schools will recommend you loans with banks that they have pretty much agreements and connections with. It's just a way of order. Don't ask me why, but it's in the Higher Education Act. And so they're eliminating the loans. And I don't know if this is contributing. Well, they said in 2022 they did this move. So Emory was thinking way ahead. But we think about now with the current administration, how they cut, supposedly, I believe it went through officially. It's in law, but I don't, they should be following it. Yeah, how they cut the grad plus loans and some other loans out. And they're putting a cap on how much loan you can borrow. So this is making you more reliable and strategic on how much loan you really need in college. All right. All this is on the Emory University website. All I typed in, man, I want to keep going so bad. I want to keep going. All I typed in on Google was Emory University, $200,000. That's all I typed in. I went to the actual Emory University website. It's in detail, beautifully. I would love to break it down more, but that's the cost of being in college. I got to get my hood. You feel me? Not this hood, but I got to get my hood. And so I really need to go read for school. So I'm going to do a breakdown of Emory University. Emory University is only right. And then we'll see what their breakdown looks like. And then I'll let you go, guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who stopped by for a little bit. A little bit, at least a lot bit, if that's a word. So, Emory University. Let's look. This was pretty good. I like to see, man. Whoo! Knowledge is power, man. Knowledge is power. So they got campuses in Oxford, Georgia. Apparently, they have a 2-year school. Interesting. It looks like it's a bit pricey. Huh. I'm going to note that down. And they got a school with my name on it. Emory and Henry University. Hilarious. But I think that's another Emory thing. But this one right here, Emory University, Oxford College. Seems to be a 2-year. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just taking down notes. Put this a star. Seems to be their 2-year college version. Interesting. Start at. Yeah, do college review. Put it in this corner. University. All right. Emory University. I already know the price is crazy at Emory, but I don't know if Emory is considered. I don't know if Emory is considered. They're not. Man, I don't know if they're considered like Ivy. I don't know. I know they're private though. Very excellent. Very, really good with the medicals. Like, very good. I'm really thinking they are. I'll just put that right there. And then we do need their. I'm gonna keep this up because I don't know what tier level they would be considered. I'm gonna ask Google. I'm gonna say Emory University considered elite. I know it's not Ivy. It says no. Okay, in this case, kind of using the Ivy in this case right here though on their website. Emory named new Ivy. When was this released? In National College Guide. This is posted on Emory website. I always go to Emory website, guys. I might use a generalized AI overview at first, but I'm definitely going to go to a website, especially if it's on the school website, because they said it themselves. I'm like, look. All right, so real quick, I need their tuition and fee. Duplicate tab, duplicate, bam. And then tuition and fee. Come on. Computer, you funny. You be funny sometimes. I can't get mad at you. Tuition and fees. Tuition and fee rate. All right, perfect. So right here on their website, this was back in like 2006. I was in elementary school. So August 2006. Emory named new Ivy in National College Guide. It said that Emory University is one of 25 top schools in the nation, tapped as a new Ivy in Kaplan Newsweek 2007. How to get into college guide. All right, first and foremost, if you're trying to get into college, you know me, guys. On the sidebar, if you're trying to get into a top-notch school, start at a two-year college and bridge there. See if some school potentially has an articulation agreement first. That should be your first plan of action. If they don't, call the school, ask the school, I'm coming from a 2-year, but I'm trying to go Ivy. If you ever are. In this case, because I was wondering if Emory is considered Ivy, but I know they are a very good school. Emory is very good. Like, this is where people go. Like, and people go to Emory if they're trying to get to the CDC. I know CDC is in shambles right now, but usually people go to this school because they have a better chance at getting to CDC. And the same for Georgia State, if I'm not mistaken, because CDC is based in Atlanta. So doing your health in Georgia is a good stepping stone to slide right over internships. So the graduation rate, okay, first, Emory University, they have about 72, 75 undergraduate students, 4-year, private, nonprofit. It's in the city. It is medium. They have a 92% graduation rate. That's very good. They say the average annual cost to go to Emory is about $24,000, but that's based on the College Scorecard prices, meaning like they always factor in like if you're getting financial aid or you're getting like scholarships from financial aid or you're using other sources to pay for school like a school like Emory, because Emory's sticker price, their school sticker price, their prices go crazy. So based on, let's see if it's gonna show 2025, 2026. Because I'm finding out about Emory. This is definitely for their main campus. We were just on this website as well. They're talking about the aid. Love when schools talk about their aid because they're just so fabulous at hiding their prices. Emory, I'm kind of getting on y'all right now for hiding y'all prices. All right. So Emory University cost of attendance worksheet for 2025 to 2026. Guys, their tuition is for semester is $33,540 per semester. But for the year, you're looking at $67,000 to go to Emory for one full year. And that does not include fees. If you add fees, that's like an extra 976. So I'm gonna say you're looking at an estimate of $69,000. But under that, you should be looking at $70,000 or more. Because if you include housing, which is 12 grand a year, and then you include food, which is an estimated 8 grand a year, yeah, you're looking at about $70,000 plus to go to Emory. And so they factor in some other things too, but it's very simple if you ask me. You have the money or use your grants and resources, as I like to say, use your tree of sources. And yeah, so that's way off for that's way off compared to the actual college scorecard sticker price for the average annual cost. Because if you don't qualify for anything at Emory, you're paying that whole tuition. Because I know you ain't staying on campus and finna drop almost like 6 figures a year on the college. If you are, you shouldn't be watching me. I think you're just watching me for your good health, which I don't mind. But if you got the money to drop 100 grand on college a year, you're good. And so there's other things we could talk about, but you're good. In most of the cases, you're good. So the median earnings, right? They saying right here at the attending. This is always remember, guys. Well, really, yeah. It said, yeah. I'm gonna just keep going. It says the earnings you can be looking at after 10 years of being removed from the institution. You're looking at either $80,000 or more, or you're gonna be right at $80,000 after being 10 years removed from the institution. Based on as if you're a financial aid student, but I think that's for any student personally, because nobody's gonna ask you if you're a financial aid student when you go get a job that pays great money. They're not gonna ask you that. So that's a good starting salary. And then we're going to get into the details of the average cost at the end. Let's keep going. So we talked about graduation rate. Students return to Emory 96% of the time after their first year. Guys, when I'm looking at schools and reviewing schools, I'm looking for those A percentages. I'm looking for those 90s and high 80 percentages, because that shows me usually a school is good. And when I seen the school in person, I've been to Emory personally for other situations, but they run things pretty good. I never hear anything bad. Some of my colleagues actually have people who work there or family who work there, and it's not really anything bad. And personally, your boy got an interview for Emory. A little biased. I got an interview for Emory. I turned it down though, because it wasn't really what I wanted to do. But your boy had a good chance at getting the job too. Had a good chance. And so students receiving federal loans is 17%. As we just read, Emory said they don't push loans on their students. So they don't push the federal loans. So that makes sense that federal loans, according to the College Scorecard, that it is 17%. And so for you to know, like, look, you can, if you really want to go this far, you can ask the school and be like, look, are y'all going to recommend me loans or not recommend me loans? Because Emory said straight up, we prefer not to recommend you loans. They did that back in they said they did that back in 2022 or sooner. I could be wrong on that date, but they definitely did that way sooner of offering loans to students. They don't even do that first. That's not the first thing they do. And some schools really don't offer you loans. They feel like that's detrimental to the student. Because you got students out here who will focus on the loans instead of focusing on classwork. So yeah, they said in fall 2022, they eliminated the need-based loans. I had ran back to that website real quick. So they said, I'm gonna say it just in case. It says the total debt after graduation, if you go to Emory, you're looking at an average debt of $18,250. That's your average debt. Like, you're going to get $18,000 or more if you go here, potentially. but they're just saying. Did we talk about? Nope. So you have an 85% chance of making more than a high school graduate. Very high, really good. I'm starting to see that really good schools have that 85% or higher. And some schools I don't expect to have 85 or that 80% or higher, they be having it. So that's pretty good. And then the college scorecard also, guys, they show you the earnings at the completing field of study. They show you all of that on the college scorecard. Like they show you the earnings. Right now I'm kind of speeding through because once again, guys, keeping this under an hour and I'm almost there. So the test scores, they have test scores. It says Emory University has an acceptance rate of 11%. They say Emory University considers admission test scores during the application process, but does not require the SAT and ACT. They don't require it. But guys, look, Emory has an 11% acceptance rate. Are you part of that 11%? Are you a part of that 11% to go to Emory? Don't get the well, don't get down. If you want to go to Emory and you feel like Emory is your dream school, right? I always say start at a 2-year college. Guys, most of you can use your financial aid and still go to school for little to nothing, or your parents can pay it in cash most cases. And if you are a student who cannot get financial aid, if you are a student who cannot get financial aid or get your parents to pay for college, you need to get a job and really consider, is college worth the investment to you? College is an investment. I'm using everything I learned in college. I'm using it in a way for me, and I work in it, and I talk about it as my person who listens, G, as they say all the time. You listen to it, work in it, go to school for it. You do it like I do it like round the clock when I think about it. But and I can't stop rambling when I'm bringing it up and talking about it because higher education is just so important that I just wish you guys could. Actually, I got videos on how I used to talk and how I used to be, before really going through college, to see like my transition actually, which is giving me an idea. So based on this, 11% acceptance rate, right? That's the end. 11% acceptance rate. Based on their price, everything looks good. 90s, A's. The price is also really high, but Emory is considered like Emory said they were considered Ivy back in 2006. I will consider Emory because I don't know if they are considered Ivy or not, but I feel like they're up there as a very good institution. But their prices are crazy. So, but if you fall into that, the prices are crazy. I'm gonna get them a B. Definitely Emory have to tell us some things they offer, like they got the, like we said, they got the they're gonna get a B because the prices are crazy. But it only benefits somebody. Like I think about every category of a student, right? I think about the low income students. They have a good chance of going here because of the Emory Advantage program, and then the Emory Advantage Plus now. So essentially, students and middle income students hopefully can take advantage of this. But I don't know. But I know low income for sure can. The high income can't. So everybody can't benefit from it. But of course, if you're high income, your parents could probably pay for it. Probably. So I thought you were just doing 45 minutes, LOL. I'm getting out of here, G. I'm getting out of here. I went over just a little bit. We came across some really good news. So Emory gets a B. It's not bad. B doesn't mean bad. B means brilliant. So they're very good, but they can't get that A because A is like, man, look, price is low. I seen schools where prices are low and got high return on investment, like Georgia Tech, right? Georgia Tech should have got an A, but I gave them a B. I feel like that'd be very controversial. So it was a good live stream. Emory University made some strides. Hope y'all play this back. G, I appreciate you for stopping by. I know you was in here probably the whole time, probably. Emory was the only school I applied to, and I didn't want to go. Way to cap it off. I know you probably was in here the whole time too, G. I appreciate you coming by. And I'll be on tomorrow because tomorrow is Friday. I'll be on tomorrow. Maybe a little later. Tomorrow's the gym day. So I'll probably be on tomorrow. Not probably. I'll be on later though. So be looking for it. Appreciate you, G. Peace. Chicken grease. We got out at 55 minutes. 55.